I swear, sometimes I feel like I am the official Buzzfeed Deathwatch channel because I do seem to cover them regularly. And I may be running out of a job if that's what I have, well, been tasked to do, because things aren't looking so good for our friends over at Buzzfeed. Once again, they're on the cusp of something very, very bad. And you know it's a tough time for Buzzfeed when even their quizzes can't predict their own stock prices. What kind of investor are you? Well, apparently not a very successful one. Yeah, it's that bad. Worse than my dad joke. Oh wait, I thought of another joke. Buzzfeed might need to come up with a new listicle. Top 10 ways to boost your stock price and save our buzzing business. I hope that they actually include add more cat videos and make quizzes about the stock market. No? I tried. Here we go. Now, this story isn't going to take very long. You probably already have hefty background on the things that have been going on at Buzzfeed, including the complete elimination of their news division. We'll get to that in a second. Now, for a while, Buzzfeed was a leading player in the digital media industry. On May 31st, they received a notice of delisting from Nasdaq. That indicates that as an entity, Buzzfeed faces potential delisting after failing to meet the minimum bid requirement price for 30 consecutive days. So from this point until November 22nd, the company has to improve its stock performance and meet the bid price requirement, which is over $1. Yes, it's that bad. Now, according to the notice, Nasdaq is going to very closely monitor what's going on over there at Buzzfeed and look at their daily closing, at least as far as the common stock is concerned. As far as earnings, I don't seem to be concerned about that because it's not part of their jam. But Nasdaq's also going to be looking at available options to try to help them regain compliance and maybe promote them to get the bid price back where it needs to be. The company's recent stockholders meeting highlighted a whole list of challenges that it faces amidst, an ever-growing pile of financial difficulties that they kind of put themselves in a position to be in. This most recent quarter wasn't something to write home about. BuzzFeed actually reported a net loss of $36.3 million in the first quarter of the year, with a loss of about 26 cents a share. And this followed upon a loss in the fourth quarter of last year of $106.2 million net. And this is despite having revenues of about $134.6 million. So the company had already warned Wall Street that it anticipated a substantial downturn in its financial performance. Well, at least they saw the writing on the wall, especially since ad tech is collapsing all around us, which is why revenues for, well, basically anything that's digital have fallen. And that's hurting everybody, including some YouTubers. But to cut costs and to meet some of these financial challenges, Buzzfeed made the difficult choice to obviously get rid of their news division, as I mentioned earlier. And it implemented some pretty severe company-wide layoffs. That affected about 15% of its overall workforce. And that's after some, well, I don't know if you call them layoffs, but they stopped filling jobs a year ago. Now, these measures are part of a broader restructuring effort for the company aimed at stabilizing their operations, well, and obviously doing some cost cutting. So in response to the Nasdaq notice, as I mentioned before, Buzzfeed has until November 27th to get its stock where it needs to be. The company actually has a potential 180-day extension if it meets certain requirements during the course of this period. Maybe not the bid price, but at least some other things are being met. And that would include demonstrating compliance with the market value of a public deficiency, at least as far as the held shares, and providing a written notice of its intention to address the bid price deficiency, which again, they'll have to really pay attention to. Let's try that again. These would include a demonstration of compliance with the market value of a publicly held shares, and also providing written notice of its intention to return to the minimum bid price requirement, and obviously making up the deficiency. Failure to meet those requirements could result in an immediate delisting of BuzzFeed, although the company may have an option to appeal that decision which they probably won't be granted. Now, this particular situation highlights obviously significant financial challenges for Buzzfeed and their need for strategic measures to regain that stability, but there are a lot of other digital entities that are in, well, similar shape. And while they control a lot of other branded digital platforms that have gone or undergone some very strange recent changes, which, look at what CBR's parent company is having them do, and many others. Now, as Buzzfeed works towards improving its stock performance, it's going to be critical of them to address the factors that are contributing to their financial difficulties, which really just means getting rid of all the dead wood, because even that 15% just didn't seem to be enough. And they also need to figure out how to get an audience back, because outside of the listicles and such, nobody cares. I don't even think their AI idea is going to pay off, but that's just my opinion on generative media. And to be fair, the entire dynamic of the digital media landscape is unpredictable outside of it's all seems to be going sideways and maybe spiraling downward. It's a lot of strange directions there. Anyway, I'm going to stop at that point and just say, I think Buzzfeed's in real trouble. And I think I've been saying that for almost 2 years now. I think we're very near the end, and people need to update their resumes and their LinkedIn profiles. But hey, what do you think? Feel free to give me your thoughts about Buzzfeed and this latest breaking inconvenience for them and their shareholders. Holy cow. And let me know what your thoughts are. Use that comment section down below and let's have a discussion about it. And with that, be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Today, be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.